we're given two functions here, 1 over x plus 3 and g of x, which is x squared minus 4x. And we want to determine an explicit equation for each of the composite functions below, then state its domain. So in A, we have g of f of x, which would be g of, and f of x is 1 over x plus 3. And I'm going to make a note right here that there is a domain restriction. X can't equal negative 3 at this moment. Can you see that if you plugged in x equals negative 3, you would be dividing by 0, and we're not allowed to divide by 0. So that's going to have an effect on this graph. And then g of x says, well, whatever you plug into g of x gets squared. And then you subtract 4 times that. And so this would be the explicit equation. And our domain for this still has a non-permissible value of x can't equal negative 3. Every other x value we plug in would be fine.
So if we had this question on an exam or something, you wouldn't have to simplify that any further?
No. You could leave it like that. Sometimes they like a single fraction. They might want a single fraction in this one, so you'd have to get a common denominator, because this is really, here, I'll simplify it for you. Yes, actually for this one, you have to write things as a single fraction. So x plus 3 squared minus, I put the 4 on the top with an x plus 3, and you'd have to multiply top and bottom here by another x plus 3 to get that common denominator. And you get 1 minus 4x plus 3 over x plus 3 squared. And you wouldn't have to expand the top, because they don't ask you to simplify fractions, but you do have to write answers as a single fraction. It doesn't have, like, you can leave your answer as 3 over 9. You don't have to change it to 1 over 3. So that part they'll assume you can do. And so the same thing with the algebra, as soon as you get the single fraction, we'd be able to leave it like that. And then part B, we have f of g of x. So and g of x was x squared minus 4x. And just checking that right now, there's no domain restriction on that at all. And then f says whatever you plug in, you do 1 over that. So 1 over x squared minus 4x plus 3. Which I could factor that on the bottom to x minus 3, x minus 1. And here we have some new non-permissible values. X can't equal 3 and x can't equal 1. That is our new domain. So before, x couldn't equal negative 3, but in this function, x can't equal 3 and x can't equal 1. I'll get you to circle question 6.